IG, IG, what is up? What's the word? What you heard? What I like to try to say at the beginning of all of them. Cicero mode. Back for another vlog. This is vlog 62. 60-second vlog. I'm here at the Innovation Pipeline. Finally got back in here in the podcast room, Tyler Innovation Pipeline. Gonna do something pretty cool today as well. I'm gonna do the vlog, and I'm also live on YouTube. If y'all don't follow me on YouTube, go over there and follow me. It's Cicero mode, same thing. And yeah, gonna do the vlog there. I usually do the IG vlog, then I upload it over to YouTube. So right now I've got the countdown going. It's a minute left. So yeah, follow me on YouTube, Cicero mode. You can go there as well, chime in, say some things. So yeah, a little more flexibility here at the pipeline. Got some pretty cool stuff going on here this week as well that I just randomly found out was going on. So I had a little bit of delay getting started, and got to talk to a few artists here in the area doing some stuff for the youth. So we're gonna talk about that as well, man. The artistic vibes seem to be continuing. So we got 39 seconds. 35, 34. Check 1, 2. YouTube. So yeah, man, Cicero mode, creative music and media. It's what I like to do. It's what I like to create. It's what I like to promote. And I do these vlogs every week on IG, like I said, and on YouTube. 15 seconds left on the YouTube. And yeah, man, I like to talk about what I had going on last week, what I had going on this week, because it's Monday. We got one more week until Christmas. So let's get these folks in here on the YouTube. What the hell is this? All up in the way. Hold on, guys. There we go. That should be there. All right. YouTube. It's my first one. There's a bit of delay here. So we'll see. We'll probably have some issues with the YouTube, but I'm up on the IG, so we got to keep it rolling over there. But yeah, man, so I had a pretty busy week last week. Still doing some of these school events. Still, let me see if this is, the sound is coming out. Oh. Yeah, still doing the school events. Still hitting those heavy. And also had some Christmas parties, man. It's Christmas party time, right? Christmas season. So we'll see. There's no way to know. I think we're good. But yeah, man, Christmas season. 'Tis the season, as they say. So I had two Christmas parties. I had some school events, and then I had I don't know. Give me a second. I want to see if this is working. Know how it goes when I add shit at the last minute. I was trying to figure it out. Check, check. Unbelievably unorganized. So we'll see. I'll probably end up just deleting this YouTube and then just doing just the beat stream there. And uploading the vlog like I usually do. So anyway, getting it going. We're just going to go ahead and stop this. See you in a second. Yeah. I'll delete that. We'll get another one going. We'll do just a straight YouTube. Keep it separate but equal. But yeah, man, go follow the YouTube, because right after this, I'm just going to go right into a beat stream there. Just got to double check a few of the other options. So I'm not talking this mic for now until I get back to that. So yeah, man, had those Christmas parties, had the two school events, and I don't know, man, it's that season. I kind of got a little bit caught under the weather a little bit, got a little bit of a cold, I think, but I bounced back. I was at one Christmas event. They put me right in straight line to the front door and didn't close the door. So I was just directly in the AC and the cold for like 2 hours. So that slowed me down a little bit, can't lie. Definitely on the productive end, besides, work. But Christmas parties were still fun, still had a good time. Wishing holiday cheer, playing some holiday vibes. The one I did in Palestine was a real estate thing, so a lot more subdued. And then on Saturday, I did one for Fritcher Construction out of Lindale, which they rented out this whole barbecue place. We had the totems, subs, moving heads, so they wanted to party. So they had a big raffle that they had early on, and then went into the club vibes, upbeat party music. So it was cool. Like I said, I was a little under the weather. My voice was kind of going because I was doing those school events earlier in the week, and those take a lot more just projection and whatever, excitement, getting the kids, getting the children going. But, still was able to get through it. It was really a long section of doing these raffles. Usually people kind of split them up, do a couple raffles, music, mingling, and then do some more. But they had so many, it was just like 45 minutes of raffles. So, I had to try to add some flavor to it, get in my stand-up bag a little bit, at least crack some jokes and try to loosen people up. And I think it worked out. Everybody was good and loose by the time we got to the time to dance, and everybody seemed to have a good time. So I'm going to chalk that up as my stand-up comedian set of the year. I remember a while back, I think I was talking to Aaron Dunn. I was like, one thing I want to do before the year is up, or there's two things I might want to do. It's either do, and it sounds stupid now, but I either want to do a sparring, like kickboxing match, or a stand-up comedy routine. So I won't say it was a full stand-up comedy routine. I mean, I threw in some jokes. I had like a fireball kick. So I was throwing in jokes around that, around some of the different, prizes, around, people coming up with the wrong number on their tickets and stuff. So I had a little chance to throw in some stuff there that, just kind of had to do it on the fly because it was going to get real stale if we didn't have it. So enjoyed doing that. Enjoyed, overcoming the little bit of the weather. Weather kind of getting me down, but we bounced back and we in here. So did that Saturday. And also what I was keeping my eye on Saturday, I cannot lie, was UFC. UFC 269. It was an interesting one. It was a good one. One of my, when I first got into UFC, Sugar Sean O'Malley was one of the guys that I kind of gravitated to first, just because he's a taller, skinnier guy, but still knocking people out. And, he really understands the marketing end of stuff, it seems like. So he was fighting, had Poirier versus Oliveira championship bout. And then, the biggest underdog of the night, of course, was Amanda Nunes versus Juliana Pena, which, again, I haven't been in the UFC for a really, really long time. But it seemed like this was somebody I could gravitate to. I don't know. I played the game, right? So on the UFC game, she's good. She does a lot of grappling, and she can do the body slam. So I remember I was using her early with that. And, she was always just kind of crafty. She could strike with you, but could still do the ground game. And I sucked at the game early. So if I was playing in the women's division, I would always get her because she had a lot of good submission defense and takedown defense. So I became a fan, was following her on IG. She was always very adamant about Amanda Nunes was ducking her, which I thought was cool too. That's why it's in the title, man. I'm all about the underdogs. I had it in there. I think I took it out. But, saying, got to roll with the underdogs. But, yeah, so she was a huge underdog, a massive underdog. I don't do too much. I dabble a little bit. But it was plus 110 or plus 1,100, plus 1,100 for Juliana Pena to win that fight. I dabble on the mybookie.ag. So shout out to them if they want to come through later on. But so I was like, hey, I'm down. This is kind of a crazy, odds here, but I did like her. I thought that maybe she could do it. I just wasn't in the UFC for the Amanda Nunes run. So for me, I didn't really, get too excited about it or really want to just oh, she can win. She's gonna win easily. Like I wasn't with that. So ended up saying, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and throw a little bit down. And when I say a little bit, I mean pretty much a little bit. But the odds are so crazy that it was crazy. And I never do over like $3 on any little bet I do. I usually try to look for some crazy odds and use that. And with those odds, it is crazy, but I was feeling pretty good. So I put $10 on it. and I won $100, right? $110. I was shocked. Again, I don't do the gambling stuff much, so it was interesting, but it felt good, not just from that standpoint, but also just seeing Juliana Pena get it done. Again, I'm a big fan of the underdog. I went to Texas Tech. A lot of other things I feel like I gravitate to the underdog with, especially in this music game, especially in this coming from a smaller city, small town boy type game. So I always gravitate towards those characters, and to see one pay off on that level, for her, not the money, just for her. Having the belief in herself, sticking with it, saying she was going to get it done, and just pretty much Nunes wasn't ready. She thought she was going to have a cakewalk. Everybody was, oh, she can't compete, blah, blah, blah. Pena came to fight, man. So it was amazing. She's also, I think, the first mom to win a UFC belt. She has I think a 4 or 5 year old daughter that she always has in her IG, always, talking about her family. Got a daughter in the gym with her. They smiling. So it was cool, man. It was really a cool night to see that happen. Sugar Sean knocked the dude out in the first round. I had him winning in the second round with the knockout, so I was a little pissed. I was like, damn, man, just 20 more seconds. Just get him. But, he's got to do what he's got to do. He's had some great post-fight interviews that I'm going to probably be throwing up just because some things he said resonated with me and other things I'm going to talk about. So moving forward, I got Kanye in the top, but real quick, I'm going to go get to some inspiration, man. I had some really cool things that I watched over the week, music that's been out, and, just local homies that are doing some things, or in the regional homies that are doing some cool things. So first on the motivational end, I was watching super dope podcast. Let me get it exactly right. But the homie Ari's Take, really cool podcast, or that's his Instagram. Let me get the exact overall. But this guy's been doing like how to make it in the music business books for years. Always kept up with him with books. Now he's moved into podcasting, obviously, because that's where we at. So let me go down here. Yeah, it's just the music business podcast, or the new music business with Ari Herstand is his name. Dude's been in it a while. He's got like a kind of crazy fro. Real cool guy, but he had a podcast a while back. I was just doing some searching on different things, and I've always been interested in music supervisors, music supervision. A lot of things I do, I've been trying to kind of set up moving into that profession. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. So just had a really cool interview with Jen Malone. Shout out to Jen, who was a music supervisor on, man, all sorts of dope shows. Atlanta, Euphoria, which I'm really big on the music on Euphoria. So that was really cool. She's got some other projects, some reality shows. She does everything. But it was just cool to hear from her and kind of how she got going, how she transitioned into being a music supervisor. I think she was doing something in, she's working with bands, she said. Working with bands, still a little bit, but I'm good. Working with bands, and she decided I'm done with these damn bands, pretty much. She was doing like PR, I think. And so she said, she got out of that. She was working at a yoga studio, and, just kind of had one of those moments that a lot of folks have where it's like, I gotta make something happen. This ain't it, And she said she went and saw Iron Man 1, and I guess stayed to see the post-credit scene. She's good to know about that or everybody knew. But so she said she saw a music supervisor come up, in the credits, and she was like, hey, that sounds cool, and just really doubled down on learning more about it. Did a lot of research on who music, supervisors were in her area, and she just approached some different people at a certain time and said, hey, I'm looking to get into this. I'd like to be an intern. And I think she had the meeting, and they were like, well, you're a little bit older. She wasn't the little young kid that usually gets the intern stuff. So they were like, well, we'd like to get you to come in and intern, but you got to have something with a school going on. So she went to like a LA community college and, signed up for one class or something, took that back to them. They're like, all right, you can be the intern. And then, like, I guess she said like a week after that, though, they went ahead and hired her on as a music coordinator, which is another profession, which is kind of cool that I didn't know about. I only know about the music supervisor. So really dope interview podcast, man, just hearing from, a music supervisor that's done so much dope work. She talked about selecting music, that she likes, or she kind of puts songs on a what she call it, like a dream sync list, and that really excited me, man, because it's still private, but I'm gonna open it up one day. I have an entire playlist on Spotify called the Music Supervisor's Intern. Okay, I started it years ago, probably 4 years ago, same time as when I was doing just the Cicero list, which is about to be 4 years. And yeah, I was just like, man, I'm about to just start collecting songs I hear on TV and film that I like, and then songs that I hear that I think would work on TV and film, fit a certain mood or vibe. And that's usually what happens to me. I'll hear something, and then it's like, this would be dope for, right when she told him it's over, get off my front step, and the rain comes down, he's got to walk back to the car. That's the song for that, or, oh, this is the song when the dude hits the drink up in the air, or hits his lunch tray up, and it's time to throw down. This is the song that would work with that kind of a scene. So I've always had that. I noticed once I just got into movies more with music. So I'm just at the point where I've got to combine them, and I've got to figure out ways to do it. And I really want to come at it from a few different angles. Obviously making beats, but it was cool to hear her from the music licensing end talking about artists, pitching their songs, just producers sending their beats, the rights, the wrongs of that, things that you should do, you shouldn't do, you should say, you shouldn't say when you ask certain questions. So it's really cool, and kind of to hear her passion about making sure producers get paid. I think if you're a music supervisor, it could seem like you're just like, hey, I just, interchange these tracks. I don't really care. Or, hey, I'm just going to get what's cheap, or I'm going to use some of these services that I can use cheap. Some of these sync libraries, publishing stuff. But yeah, she seemed to really care about making sure artists get paid, telling them, hey, this is a good look. This isn't a good look. Hey, you better get your lawyer first. Or, hey, maybe step back before you pursue this because you're not ready yet. So really cool stuff. And it just really synced up well with, what else I've been working on with, again, syncing music. Going over to the homies page. Clint. If I can find it. Don't do many of these where I'm typing and doing shit at the same time. There we go. Clint Music, of course, is who I'm talking about. At Clint Music, doing some great things on tips for music licensing. Go over and make sure to add him at Clint Music. So he's kind of been giving me the game on preparing my own music for sync. And then just watching that interview with Ari and Jen kind of was the other side of, hey, once you do submit it, once you use these techniques that, I've learned through Clint Productions, clintproductions.com is his website. I was signed up for his Road to 10 Placements course, and also how to structure your music for TV and film. So I've been working on that a lot these last few weeks. Slowed down a little bit this last week. Like I said, just, wasn't in the feeling in the right mindset to do a lot of the editing stuff that it takes. I made a few beats just on a creative tip, but so yeah, just wanted to shout out Clint Music because I stay watching his stuff, and I'm really excited about going at this from different angles. Again, the whole music supervision, music licensing, and I feel like I'm somebody that's positioned in a pretty interesting place. So I'm just excited to try something else, and I'm gonna take you guys on this journey as I try to see if I can get my foot in the door. So gonna be syncing up with a lot of different supervisors and sending out some stuff really, really soon. Big shout out to Ari. Again, that's at Ari's Take _. I'm gonna put that in here on Instagram and on the YouTube link when I send this over there. But yeah, at Ari's Take _. Then Clint Music's just at Clint Music. Jen Malone, you'll be able to find that interview on his on Ari's page. So Ari's Take. So shout out to them. Shout out to people helping out with the, with the knowledge, man, with the next level of knowledge. We'll keep rolling real quick. I wanted to also shout out to the Austin homies. They're doing some cool things down there. A few of the homies doing music down that way. First of all, the homie Norman Bass. Let's go over and see the exact plate count. Yeah, my man Norman Bass. Always got some things going. Always being creative with it. That's not his right page. But yeah, he's got the track ODB. No, I just got something. I can't remember exactly how many plays, but he had a show down in Austin a few weeks ago. He's down in Austin doing his thing, and I'm trying to sync up with him to get down there. I was trying to get down there in December, but it looks like it might be January. So stay tuned on that. We want to get down and do a DJ set maybe with him. He does DJ sets at Volstead Lounge. If you're familiar with that down in Austin. But yeah, at Norman Bass, at Norman_Bass. And yeah, let's see his newest song. You might get loud. ODB hit 10,000 plays, man. So shout out to Norman. 10,000 plays on the ODB track. It's a dope boom bap grimy track. And yeah, looking to get down there with him, collab on whatever we can down in Austin, man. ATX is a place I definitely want to get involved in a little bit more. And then also the homie Boom Baptist, man. I've just known him for years through a friend of a friend in the music game, but he's always been a really cool guy that's willing to, respond back. I did a remix of one of his tracks, the Vapor Case tracks that he was working on a while back. So he's got something that's really going ham. If you're on Bandcamp, you've probably already seen this, but he did a kind of like a remix edit album. It's called I'm Rick James, Bitch. Him, Boom Baptist, and Lakim, they teamed up. And yeah, man, I think it was #1 on Bandcamp for a couple of days. He just got on the cover of Austin Chronicle. He had put up some dope artwork earlier today that I was checking out, that I just gave a shout out to the artist on, so I want to give them a shout out as well. But yeah, at Boom Baptist, and then at Mayor Seal and at Bird Peterson. Those are the guys that did this cool artwork. If you go by Boom Baptist IG, you'll see it. It's got like some trippy space stuff going on in Rick James's hair, but the artwork for the whole project is super dope, real creative. And again, I mean, everybody knows about the Fuck Your Couch skit, so they play off of that. I think they got the vinyl out. It's on Spotify now, and I think they got some little Rick James action figures. So doing it from all angles. You can hear the vacuum here at the pipeline. It's the end of the day, so they vacuum. And this mic doesn't work, so you can definitely hear it through the IG. But yeah, besides that, I really wish this damn YouTube would have worked, but I'll figure it out next time. I was doing it on the fly, so always check the sound. But yeah, so just wanted to shout out Boom Baptist, man. Always been a cool guy. And Norman Bass, man. Two guys that hopefully we'll get to link up with down at Austin. Now that things are opening back up, like I said, I want to definitely get down there in 2022, get some things popping. So besides that, moving on. Real quick, I did want to give a shout out to Toki Monster, man. Again, on the inspirational tip. She was on a podcast that is called The Comeback. It's like hosted by Sylvester Stallone, I guess. But it was really cool, man. She talked about her story, which if you don't know, it's crazy. And if you don't know Toki Monster, she's an amazing producer. Check her out. But yeah, she talked about her story. She had some health issues, like serious stuff. Was able to bounce back, and is really inspiring, man. So Toki Monster, at Toki, Toki Monster, OMMONSTA. Check her out. Oh man, I'm getting through it. But besides that, let's see. Kanye show. What can I say? It's been a rough week. The Kanye show, man. If y'all heard about it, obviously, it was Kanye with Drake. Kanye and Drake teamed up, did the big show in LA. Take these off. Can hear better. Kanye and Drake teamed up, hanging out, man. I caught probably the last 20 minutes of it, but it was really good. Throat's getting scratchy. I'm gonna go have some coffee. Try that. Didn't bring my agua. But yeah, man. Like I said, a lot of the congestion. It's all gone. But yeah. What up, CC? Yo, no, I'm at the pipeline, man. I do some from here. I don't know if you ever seen me do them here, but they got slowed up because of COVID. Now they're back in. They're allowing people to come back in now. So, yeah, I can do it. I'm gonna try to make some beats on YouTube after this. So, hang around. I can quit getting this tickle in my throat. But yeah, man, Kanye and Drake show was pretty cool. The main thing I think was the set design. I think the set design was super dope. It's really, man, I'm gonna have to go get a drink of water. Give me a second. Woo. All right, we back. You leave. Yeah, Tyler Innovation Pipeline, man. It's downtown. They've got a podcast room, got a green screen room. They've got waters. They got a kitchen with water in it. Coming in the clutch. So yeah, man, it's dope. We did a lot of our foundation podcasts from here, and yeah, finally getting to get back in and get to utilize it, man. It's dope. So this is the podcast room. I'm gonna be doing some stuff in the green screen room, probably this week too. So check it out. Yeah, but if you do, just at Innovation Pipeline, I believe, or at Tyler Innovators on IG, you'll find the page. Oh, nice. That's what's up. Yeah, they got a lot of electrical stuff going on. That's for sure. They got the whole, the back, whatever it is, woodworking room. Sure, that's where you were doing some stuff with that and all the computers. Internet fast as hell. So that's what I love about it. But yeah, so talking about Kanye and Drake, I think it turned out to be cool. The stage setup was really dope. It's like a big tall mound, and they had like smoke coming out the whole time. So a lot of dope pictures. Kanye is a master of setting up stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. I guess the one thing I will say was I wish he did. I mean, they would gave each other shout outs. Like they were doing each other's songs. Just like they would cover it, which I think that was a good idea because, that kind of took out this, some people still were on Twitter and everything were trying to make it a versus, and still, oh, Kanye, what's his name, can't beat that, that kind of shit. And I'm like, bro, like, don't worry about that. Is it still up? Yeah, I was like, don't worry about it. Just enjoy this. Obviously, they're either faking that they're friends, or they're at least, for this show they want to act like they friends. So let's just let them do their thing. But yeah, so they did. I don't know the one that Kanye did. He did "Find Your Lovin'" by Drake, but he did it all. He did all the words, so that was cool. And then Drake did. He did one of them. He did one of the songs off Donda, which was not as cool, but it was still kind of cool. But I think the dopest thing that they could have done was Kanye did "Say You Will." And that's like right when I tuned in, which I don't know if you ever heard that track, "Say You Will," Kanye off of 808s. But it's really dope. But the first song I heard of Drake's that I was like, wait a minute, this guy, all right, I was a little late on him. There's a lot of people hyping him up. But when I heard that, it's kind of more of a mixtape track because it was it was before his album came out and it was to that beat, the Kanye beat. But I mean, he had some bars on there and just, I could see where he was going as far as his subject matter. So I always do like that track. And I thought Kanye was going to do his verse and then, they'd let Drake come out, and that would be the come out and let him do his version. I thought that would have been the shit. I don't know why they didn't do it. But besides that, it seemed cool. I watched the handoff to the Drake part, and then I think Kanye came back at the end. And, everybody seemed to enjoy it. So, shout out to those two guys. I did see the part when Kanye was, was doing Runaway and did like Run Back to Me, Kimberly, which I knew he was doing. I could tell that's where we were going. I don't guess Kim like that. She like immediately went and filed for It's Over. So I guess Pete Davidson, man, he done put it down. doing what he does for the Langsters, man. Shout out to all the skinny brothers out there, getting a little bit more love since the skinny dudes are in style. Apparently, we out here. Besides that, we're gonna move along, man. Kanye, shout out to him. It was a great show. Next, again, just been watching different things. I'm supposed to shout out. I should have done this a long time ago. I did a story on it though. Like I said, at the Pipeline, they are having an art show. Back again on art, trying to add that into my repertoire. But yeah, so they were kind of setting up some art here for an art show. That's why I got started a little bit late. It's called Utopia Dystopia, I believe, and it's all students, 8th and ninth graders at UT's high school. UT Tyler has a high school here, so yeah, it's going on Thursday, 5 to 7. I'll tag, I think it's Ham's Art, but she's also in the story. So just a random thing. Anybody that wants to see some youth art, and it's definitely if you saw the video or you saw the story, some of the art pieces are interesting. But I saw the flyer, which then says it's Utopia Dystopia, so I think it's playing off of those two themes. What's a utopia and what's a dystopian society like? But still really cool. So check that out. Always good to run around and meet new artists doing their thing. So shout out to them. Next, yeah, just been checking out other things on the art tip. We did the show a few weeks ago at the Mosaic downtown. They had the Salvador Dali exhibit. And one of my favorite YouTube channels lately is Art Explained, okay? And they did a new documentary or new short on Salvador Dali, so I watched that. And already watched another doc before the show. But in this one, it was talking about this thing he utilized to try to improve his paintings, which was he would try to he would sit down with a key, like a big metal key. He'd sit in a chair with a key, and he'd put like a big, I guess it's some sort of big metal bowl on the ground, and he'd like have his hand right above it. And I guess he'd just sit there until he'd get close to falling asleep. And so when he'd fall asleep, you let go of the key, drop it, and it hit this loud bowl, and I guess, wake him right back up. And apparently, it's putting him in this medium dream state that, after research, I guess it's called hypnagogia. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it's kind of that moment before you go into, or that period where you go into REM sleep. It's before that. So it's like non-REM sleep. You're still dreaming. There's a lot of colors and these types of things. And apparently he used that a lot to influence his art. So I watched some more documentaries on that. I was like, that's kind of interesting. Again, from kind of the movie end, I always like some movies with buck wild dream shit that you can't figure out what's going on. So I was like, hey, that's kind of cool. I'm going to try to, I don't know if I want to try to do hypnagogia. I don't know if it really could work with music, but I bet it could if you wake your ass up like at the last second and just, lay down the first thing that comes to your mind, or if there was a melody in your head, or try to recreate the colors that you saw. So I thought it was kind of cool from a creative standpoint and also just a theme standpoint, I guess, Again, I'm still working on just some short film ideas. And that's one thing I don't have is like a crazy dream thingy. So I might try to tie that into that. Because again, I want to get into music supervision, and I'm going to go a lot of different angles with it. I want to be able to have straight music that somebody can sync with their visuals. I like to have music and visuals. I did more edits the last few years, so I want to do more of those because that's where I can kind of edit in my music to, show how it could work, or to show hopefully my sensibility in, syncing music to certain scenes. So yeah, man, hypnagogia. Check that out if you want to learn more about that. I like the idea of dreams and the process of all that, and it always is cool. Again, in movies, are they dreaming? Was that a dream? Is it not a dream? We don't know. Were they dreaming in a dream? You can go Eternal Sunshine, The Science of Sleep. It's two Gondrys, but yeah. So really dope stuff. Always down for some dream action. So we'll check out some more of that. Just trying to keep it fresh. Like I said, man, come at some new things from different ways, find some different paths. Gonna try to wrap this up kind of quick and see if I'm still gonna do a short beat stream. Maybe make one beat just because I'm in here. But the lower level, man, trying to do some new things there. Obviously, a big week in comic book lore, nerd lore. We got Spider-Man coming out. We got The Witcher starts, I think, on Saturday or Sunday. I'm a big Witcher fan. So excited for those. And then what else we got? We got one more. Oh, Hawkeye. Again, which I like the last Hawkeye episode. Got my girl Yelena Belova up in there. She didn't say anything, which I mean, I'm sure she's going to talk in the next one. But it seemed like I was like, y'all just put her head on that? At first I thought it was just her head. And I was like, wait, y'all just took her head on the green screen or something? And I don't think that's what it was, but maybe. But yeah, she's going to come through. Enjoying the show. I really thought it was going to suck. I didn't see how they could make a Hawkeye show interesting, but they've done it, mostly because of the Kate Bishop chick. Got to feed the little one. I hear you, man. I hear you. Trying to keep it going, man. Yes, sir. CC, take it easy, bro. So, yeah, Kate Bishop, she's doing a great job acting in this as the frazzled young, Hawkeye in training. So, Hawkeye, check that out. Spider-Man, yeah, I'm going to probably try to check that on Thursday night because I got to work Friday. But we'll see. I mean, I've watched my fill of, what's going to happen, what's really happening. So I'm a little burnt out. I kind of just want to see the movie now. And then Witcher, I need to do some refreshers. So I'll probably watch some recaps to get back where I need to be. Moving along. Shout outs to Chapel Hill, man. If you didn't know, man, pretty much most of my family is from that area, my immediate family, and went to school out in Chapel Hill. Grew up out in Chapel Hill, but went to Tyler schools. But they made it to the semifinals in state, man. They didn't win the game this last Saturday, but still shout out to Chapel Hill football, Chapel Hill, the community in general. A lot of people were just getting excited about it, and it's a community that I like to see excited, I guess. So it's a lot, like I said, it's a lot of like my immediate family and cousins, second cousins, and all them. They all went to Chapel Hill. We just went to Tyler schools, but Chapel Hill, man, shout out to you guys. And I know y'all will be back. They had like two freshmen, a running back and a quarterback. And I think I had a cousin that was supposed to be in the rotation there, but he got beat out. Hey, it's sports, it's how it goes. But we still, support and whoever it is, get up in there, get to going. So shout out Chapel Hill. Was already talking about shows. The only other shows I really watched, Insecure last night. Turned out pretty good. I had at the top up here, choosing paths or something? What I put? Trying new paths, yes. That's what I was kind of talking about, with the supervision and trying to figure out the path for me to get involved in that. Whether it be, again, by syncing music, trying to find some place where I can do this music coordinating or music interning. At this point, it's just going to take what it's going to take. So it's something I know I'm going to be interested in for years to come. I'm still going to be making music, still going to love hip hop, still going to be, doing a lot of shows and events, for a foreseen future, but a little bit longer. Yeah, I'd like to be, helping put some music to some amazing visuals and making them come together, because that's one of the things I realized I really like. I remember about movies is all that scene when this synced with that. I love The Sopranos because of all the great needle drops, which are just when you just play a song. It's not a score. So yeah, Insecure, they did something similar with Choosing the Pass. If you haven't seen it, and with Insecure, I haven't really liked this season, but in these later seasons, I have related to Issa Rae a lot more, just because of where she's gone as far as her ambition, I guess. She started off, and they kind of bring it up in this one when Ralph Angel comes through, which, oh yeah, I call him Ralph Angel, but that's just because he was on Queen Sugar. I think he's called Crenshaw or something on Insecure. I'm going to call him Ralph Angel because he's called Ralph Angel to me, all right? So Ralph Angel come through, and, he was talking about doing some sort of kids event. And, she was like, oh, I used to work with kids. So she started off doing those after-school events or helping the kids after school. But then, she moved into throwing her own events and, the struggle of all the coordinating and getting this, getting that, and she's been able to move up and have some duds, have some drama at some of her smaller events, but always, keep it creative. And she's gotten to the point where now she's getting some looks from, I don't know, he's just supposed to be the white man. I don't know who he works for, but, some company that wants to come in and, throw down, invest, so she can do, bigger, better events, better shows, what she wants to do. And besides that, though, she's got that. And then Ralph Angel, which again, he's Crenshaw, whatever his name is. Ralph Angels, he's a badass artist, a visionary type of guy that's like, hey, just work with me and we can build our own, build our own brand, start a store, keep it authentic, keep it, where's she from? Inglewood. Keep it Inglewood, keep it for us. So she's in that middle ground of, should I sell out for the big bread? The things that'll set me up for years down the road. And it goes through these flash, or I don't know what you call it, flash forwards. Could be dreams. I don't know. It's interesting to me with the episode of like, when did the dream start? Because she kind of is like, hey, we're looking for some, or she's at her one event and the guy's like, hey, I'm going to send you the proposal. And then the next thing is like her in her room, or, her bathroom, and she's got the proposal. So I don't even know if I don't know when the dream sequence is started exactly. It kind of starts after people say something. So I don't know. I don't know if she actually got this high proposal from the dude, or if she's just thinking if she got it, that's how her life would change. So, but yeah, that way is kind of all. She goes big. She's doing Oprah type shit. She's in different cities. She's got this awesome place. And I think she's still with Nathan, but they move, away from LA, and it's just, she's kind of a sterile rich lady. And that kind of freaks her out. And then the other one is, she stays in LA, does Crenshaw, and, garners all this extra praise from the city. They give her a key or some shit. But then it's weird. I like it. They haven't done a lot of this on Insecure, but like, she's at the home with Nathan, and Nathan turns into who? Lawrence's ass, of course. Oh, Lord. So she's still conflicted, really 3 ways here. She's still conflicted with her job, and she's conflicted with 3 dudes. Ralph Angel, they didn't bring him in here to not make him, he's going to try something on that level, I think. Then, her subconscious is telling her that Lawrence is still in the mix. He's coming in, popping in, and he pops in one more time at the very end. So who is she going to pick? Between those 3, we will see. I guess I don't know how many we got left, but got that going on. Insecure, man. Shout out to them. But I did like choosing these paths. She's choosing to stay where she is, build it up from the ground up. Does that get her where she wants to be personally? Or should she take the money, take, more admiration, more freedom financially, and more celebrity? Which one does she want? And I guess mixed into that is Lawrence in there. So it's interesting, but I did like that, choosing your path. And again, I just like how Issa has been in the event game. I've honestly been in the event game for a long time as well, and deal with a lot of that same kind of stuff when it's the day of a show, or setting up for a show, and people not showing up, or this is over here and this is crazy. So that's what I've liked about the show, as she's like turned into more of like an event coordinator, or art curator, because somehow I've ended up kind of falling into that as well a bit. So I think that's about it, man. Not too long, but it feels long. I'm going to get out of here. Vlog 62. I'll tag everybody. There's a lot of tags, so it probably won't be immediately after this. But, here in a few, I'll tag everybody. Like I said, a lot of the inspirational stuff I checked out this week. Homies down in Austin doing some big things. Shout out to Juliana Pena for the upset, putting that 110 on me. But also just for letting everybody know, the underdog. Like we used to say, man, we the underdogs. We take the game from under you, dog. You can never count out an underdog. Shout out to Chapel Hill Bulldogs as well. Cicero Mode, I'm out. See you on the next one.